Hello everyone, it's your options guy. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to talk about Workhorse, and we're going to go over basically how Workhorse is basically tanking, and it's like basically ruining my portfolio. I'm pretty sure if you're in Workhorse, it's also destroying your portfolio as well. Unless if you're buying puts or something, then kudos to you. But yeah, basically I'm going to show you guys basically how much I'm down in Workhorse. I think it's about 33,200. And I'll talk about why I think it's best to still stay in Workhorse, and then we'll also go over some technicals just to try to see like what's going on with Workhorse, where it's going. Take a look at somewhat of like the trend, take a look at the RSI and all that stuff, and then not only that, we're also going to take a look at how much ARK has invested in Workhorse, just to try to get a feel good type of consensus, if anything. Just it's always good to know that Kathy has your back somewhat. And then or we'll even talk about like a bear case or a bull case, try to figure out if it's even worth staying in Workhorse or not, and then all that stuff. We'll take a look at some news, if there's any recent news, and then we'll also go over basically what some analysts are talking about, whether it's a hold, sell, or buy. And then we'll take a look at how many shareholders there are in total of like in terms of like institutional ownership and all that stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. But first, I want to emphasize that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just talking about my thoughts and opinions. All right, so as you can see here, this is basically my portfolio. Initially, when I got into Workhorse, I got into it because I saw that Biden was talking about the whole infrastructure bill, and then there was a certain part where he was talking about like he basically wants EVs as the future. And then not only that, they're focusing on American EV related stuff. So that's basically what got me into Workhorse. And not only that, I just wanted to just do some quick trades with Workhorse, so I got 500 shares. And then I was planning to like just sell some covered calls and stuff and just get a little bit of premium here and there, which I did. But then Workhorse kept on dipping, and then basically like every dip, I started loading up on some calls. And as you can see, I have calls, but for like January 21st, 2022 expiration, like far out expiration. And almost every major dip, I've been buying more, but lately I haven't been buying more because I feel like, well, one, I don't have that much, I don't want to put too much money into Workhorse. I'm already probably like, I think like maybe 10,000 or more, probably like 12,000 or more, 14,000 invested in Workhorse calls and in shares. So obviously my mentality is like, this money, at least for Workhorse, like I feel like, yeah, if I lose the money, then I lose the money, because the only thing I can lose is these calls. These shares, I can just keep holding on to them for as long as I want. Like I feel like Workhorse will eventually come back to when I got in around $14, around there, 14, 15, around there. So obviously it's not as bad as some other people who like have bought in the highs, like at 40 or 30s or high 30s, and that was all because of the speculation of the USPS contract, coming and everything. So obviously it didn't happen, and then ever since then, basically it just tanked. But I think a lot of people are just thinking that Workhorse is only gonna get the USPS contract. I think that's a bad mentality. I actually didn't know until recently that Workhorse also does like has technology in drones and stuff like that. So and I think drones could also be a big thing later on, not just their EV sector, but drones. So that kind of makes me feel a little bit better, knowing that it's not just like, I'm not just buying in because I want them to get like the USPS contract. That's just like pure betting right there, Overall, I did more, I guess, due diligence on Workhorse, and overall I think it's definitely oversold in my eyes. But as you can see here, basically, yeah, this was all like kind of speculation for the USPS, and then boom, dropped, and then it's been consolidating like here for a while. And then just recently it broke this strong support at around 11 $11.90, where it's basically touched around over here. So obviously it broke that support. So we'll see if it keeps falling. I don't know when. Here, let me mark that. That was the support that we had. So I don't know when the next drop is. Basically, let me see. Or not drop, but like when's the next strong support? Because that was basically the strong support. So now like we'll see if it keeps free falling or if it's gonna come back in and stay within this $11.90 to almost $13 range, you know. So I feel like any news regarding their production or anything EV related, I think is gonna bring EVs back. It's not just Workhorse that got like destroyed today, like Neo, like Plug, right? Like anything EV or EV related has been like just tanking, especially today. So I think except for Tesla's somewhat of an exception. It didn't really get hit that hard. But yeah, overall, I think I'm still, at least for now, I'm still planning to keep these shares and then keep these calls, because I do have a long expiration. You know, it could bounce back. And so for now, what I'm doing is I'm selling covered calls with utilizing my shares and these calls. So as you can see, I'm like plus 120 right there. It should be like 200 this by tomorrow, but as long as it stays under 13, you know, which I think it will be. But it'll be great if it starts jumping back up within $13 range. But I think it's gonna stay under 13 at least for this week. So yeah, that's basically my plan. And anyway, so let's take a look at what's going on with ARK. So ARK, they basically have Workhorse and two ETFs that I know of, unless there's like another ETF that I don't know about. But basically, so look at this one. So this is ARK, their ARK-Q, which is their autonomous technology and robotics ETF. So as you can see, Workhorse is right, where is it? Right here, 25. So 25. So they have about 4 million shares, about $50 million invested in a Workhorse. So that's like a lot of money, right? And not only that, they also have ARC-X, which is a space exploration, the one that they just recently got. And the reason why it's in here, I think, is it has to do with their drones, their drone aspect. So that's why they put it in here as well. And in here they have only about like 8 million invested. So in total they have about like $58 million invested in Workhorse alone. And then not only that, they actually, yeah, so that's pretty much overall like ARK. And then I was trying to figure out like what's going on news related, because there hasn't really been any news with Workhorse. Like all the recent news or all the recent like headlines is just like this class action lawsuit that Workhorse basically I guess was implying or giving off that speculation, I guess, that they were going to get the USPS contract, and then the investors were, I guess, somewhat got screwed because of that. So that's pretty much like the lawsuit that's going on. I think it's kind of dumb, but you should know it, like, yeah, like what you're putting your money into. Like obviously I'm losing a lot of money too, but like I can live with like losing all that money, you know, like the Workhorse. Like if Workhorse drops to zero and it never comes back, you know, then that's like a separate case. But yeah, I just think, yeah, that's basically the only headlines that I've been seeing lately, other than this one over here on Kathy Wood buys more. But there hasn't really been much news lately. There hasn't been much action going on. Not like no new contract or anything about their production. So I guess the only thing that we really have going as like a potential good news is their earnings coming up, which is I think in 2-3 weeks. So hopefully they have good earnings. That's the only thing that I can see like that will somewhat bring back this stock price. But yeah, anyways, other than that, let's take a look at, so over here, let's see, forecasts. So it says here 5 analysts offering 12-month price forecast for Workhorse with a median target of 18 and high target at 29, low target at 11. So if that's a low target, then we're already basically within that low target. So I'm not really sure how updated this is. It says yeah, I'm not really sure how updated this forecast is exactly, but that's basically what I see here. And then we'll take a look at like shareholders just to try to see how much institutional ownership there is. So BlackRock has a lot of money in here as well, 87 million. Vanguard 69 million. Seaport 53 million, and then so on and so on. And then the top 10 mutual funds, ARK, the one that I was just showing you, has around 55 million. So I don't think this is fully updated because this only just shows the ARK autonomous one. It doesn't show the new ARK or the other ARK with the space one. So in total, ARK has like a lot more. But yeah, so that's basically what's been going on with Workhorse. And yeah, trust me, I feel your pain. I understand that it's had a huge dip, and I can only imagine like the pain for the people that bought over here and then like have been holding since here. Kudos to you guys. You guys are the real MVPs for holding. But yeah, I've been like, I don't think I'm gonna pour any more money into it. I'm just gonna wait till see how much more it drops. If it drops into the single digits for whatever reason, then I may buy a little bit more, buy more in the dip. But as of right now, I'm kind of just, I feel like I already poured a lot of money into it. I've been buying like here, like almost every dip, because it's been going like up 5%, down 5%, lately, except today it went down a lot. But that's because it wasn't just Workhorse. I think it's like the whole EV sector, like Neo, Ride, Workhorse, a lot of EV related stocks just like tanked today. But anyway, so if you came here for some confirmation bias, then I hope you got some out of it. And if you like this video, please give a like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you guys in the next video.